dungeons, while Maruru, Fulmat, and Sophie would tackle the B-level dungeons. Aaron and Dogora would be in the middle, exploring the B-level dungeons in the morning and switching to the A-level ones in the afternoon. On that morning, Aaron and Dogora guided the new members. Sophie and Fulmat's talents leaned towards team support, so Maruru and Aaron had to lead the way to protect them. Maruru's ability was incredibly powerful, capable of controlling golems, but she couldn't bring her golems from the kingdom. Otherwise, Maruru alone could have faced the dragon. The deeper they went into the dungeon, the more impressed Sophia became with Aaron. He was stronger than she had imagined. However, her formal way of addressing him as "Sir" made him uncomfortable, so he directly asked her why. Aaron's reminder made Sophia realize her reason was simple. Aaron was the boy mentioned in the prophecy of the Spirit King Razan. The Spirit King, usually deep in slumber and not speaking to anyone, had awakened 10 years ago and mentioned a boy with black hair who embodied the finest qualities of humanity. It wasn't a dream but a prophecy. The Spirit King Razan was certain that this dark-haired boy would bring hope to mankind. Aaron immediately realized that on the first day he met the hero Helmios and the principal, they were also quite surprised to see him, probably because they had heard about this prophecy. In mid-April, at the Grabiel Duke's domain, Aaron sent a group of magical beasts back to Karina's village to help his father with land development. He even spent a lot of money on expensive tools made from mithril for them. Aaron left Maria behind to control the magical beasts and help the villagers. By the end of July, Aaron and Sophia's group had reached the boss room of the B-level dungeon. They were about to attack when Sophie advised them to step back. It was her turn to showcase her extra skill, summoning a powerful great spirit. With just one strike, she defeated the boss. Maruru and Farmal could also use extra skills, which made Aaron and Dogora a bit sad, as their group still didn't understand what extra skills were. The next day, which was the start of the summer holidays, Aaron was called to the principal's office again, and this time hero Helmios was also present. Whenever Helmios met Aaron, he would try to get close and act friendly, while Aaron could only offer an awkward smile. Like last year, the principal nominated Karina and Aaron to participate in the martial arts tournament. Aaron immediately declined. He didn't want to expose his abilities to the world. He could refuse last year, but this year it seemed Aaron had to participate. The principal was quite sure that Aaron had heard the prophecy from Princess Sophia, that he was the most likely candidate to defeat the Demon King. Therefore, everyone wanted to see more of his summoner skills. However, Aaron still refused, feeling that he wasn't strong enough yet. If he exposed his abilities, he might become a target for assassination by the Demon King's followers. At that moment, Hero Helmios intentionally dropped a magic recovery ring, the item that Aaron was still searching for in the dungeons, and he knew it. As a predecessor, Helmios advised Aaron not to try too hard, as this item couldn't be found in any dungeon, not even in S-level dungeons. Helmios offered Aaron a very favorable deal. The champion of the upcoming martial arts tournament would have a duel with him, and if Aaron won, he would give him the magic recovery ring. Aaron immediately agreed, realizing the ring's powerful potential, and he was determined to obtain it. After meeting with the hero, Aaron returned home to inform his friends, who were all worried about his chances of winning against the hero. However, Sophia saw this as an opportunity to witness Aaron's true capabilities. Currently, Aaron had no way to defeat the hero, but the martial arts tournament was still 2 months away, giving him time to prepare. He decided to train alone to defeat the hero, needing new summoned beasts and a large quantity of magic stones. The magic stones available in the city alone were not enough, so Aaron planned to travel around the continent to buy them all. He would leave a group of magical beasts to continue conquering A-level dungeons with his friends, so there was no need to worry. Over the next 2 months, Aaron tirelessly visited various guilds across the continent to purchase magic stones. Due to the large quantity Aaron was buying, other guilds intentionally raised their prices. Despite the high cost, Aaron, being wealthy, had no choice but to buy them. By the end of summer, his summoner skills had reached level 7, enabling him to summon B-level magical beasts. In October, as the summer holidays ended, Aaron turned 14. In their second year, students were taught a new subject called Demon King History, a topic not known to ordinary citizens. Everyone knew they would soon be heading to the battlefield. Arin's class had 3 nobles and the sword Saint Karina, who were certain to fulfill their noble duties on the battlefield. The time spent at school was used to discuss and form groups to increase their chances of survival. After class, the teacher announced the martial arts tournament, with Karina and Arin participating. A few days later, the tournament began. Arin was strong enough to defeat even the third-year seniors, surprising everyone. However, this was not enough to face the hero. Dogora was sure Arin was still holding back for his match with the hero. Both Karina and Arin easily defeated their opponents, inevitably leading to a face-off between them. Only one could fight the hero, and everyone wanted that chance. Arin used all his magical beasts to boost his stats for the duel with Karina. He wanted to win through sword fighting. As the match began, Karina fiercely attacked Arin, who was struggling just to block her blows. She teased him to summon his beasts or she wouldn't hold back. Karina used her extra skill, striking Arin across the chest. Thinking she had hurt him, Karina retracted her sword and ran to check on him, but it was all part of Arin's plan, and Karina had fallen into his trap. After the match, Karina was frustrated with the outcome. Arin quickly consoled her, saying it was good she lost because now she could face the sword Saint Doberg, whom she had lost to the previous year. This would be her chance for revenge. As for Arin, he had his own duty to fulfill. Hero Helmios sat high above, watching them. Arin knew Helmios was strong, but he wondered how long the hero could maintain his confidence. The next match was between Karina and the sword Saint Doberg. Everyone was skeptical about Karina's chances of winning. Remembering Arin's advice that her opponent was just a student, and thus Doberg would likely not use his extra skill, Karina seized the opportunity for victory. The battle started with Karina aggressively attacking Doberg. Arin noticed that Doberg's speed was still slightly superior to Karina's. As the fight progressed, Doberg started to counter Karina's moves. She had to retreat and use a healing herb before continuing. After a series of continuous attacks, Doberg finally counterattacked, sending Karina flying. However, this triggered Karina's extra skill, allowing her to launch a fierce counterattack on Doberg. She successfully knocked Doberg down once, causing the spectators to question if a student really could defeat the kingdom's sword saint. Doberg, unable to accept this, started to change his stance, his stats rising alarmingly, which surprised Arin. Karina wouldn't be able to withstand it. As she charged at him, Doberg unleashed a powerful strike. At that moment, Hero Helmios intervened, stopping Doberg. Helmios pointed out that Doberg had used a skill against himself just to fight a child, leaving no room for denial. Acknowledging defeat, Doberg, having damaged Karina's sword, gifted her his own blade and left with the hero. Karina was dumbfounded, still not comprehending what had happened. She had really defeated sword Saint Doberg, or had she? It wasn't a true victory. Doberg was restricted from using his extra skill. Without that limitation, Karina would have stood no chance. Disheartened, Karina returned to the spectator seats. The next match was between Arin and the hero. In this world, heroes are special beings, sent by the gods to save humanity from the powerful demon king's army. But that didn't matter anymore to Arin, who was slightly irritated by the hero's confident smile. He swore to wipe that smile off immediately. The match began, and Hero Helmios eagerly awaited to see how much Arin's training had improved. Helmios charged at a tremendous speed, catching Arin off guard, but he managed to block it. The strike shook Arin to his core, a mere regular attack, and yet so powerful. If Helmios used a skill, it would be overwhelming. Helmios continued his onslaught, forcing Arin to defend desperately. But Arin gradually caught on to Helmios' rhythm, ready to counterattack. He opened his summoning book and called forth his new beast, a towering dragon, appearing on the battlefield and shocking everyone. Only the audience was surprised by Arin's summoning of the dragon, but not Helmios. His attitude suggested that this match would still be a tough one for Arin. Helmios hadn't used his skill yet, so Arin charged to attack, aiming to force him to use it, which would give Arin a chance to win. Arin struck Helmios and immediately commanded the dragon Dora to breathe fire at him. Helmios quickly flew up to avoid the attack, not just a jump, but actual flight, and he also used a healing skill to treat himself. Truly, the hero had many skills. From above, Helmios taunted Arin, stating that even with a magical dragon, he couldn't touch him. Arin, however, just smirked, ready to prove him wrong. He summoned a group of Kabao to surround Helmios, followed by Kabao's self-destruct skill. This surprise attack somewhat injured the hero. As Arin said, he wouldn't give Helmios a chance to counterattack. He summoned more Kabao as soon as the smoke cleared, causing another explosion. This new skill of rapid summoning was Arin's advantage, gained after reaching level 7 as a summoner. Previously, it took him 10 seconds to summon a beast, but now he could summon all the beasts in his directory at once, a strategic advantage in battle, summoning beasts while the enemy was still unaware, albeit at a higher magic stone cost. This tactic, however, was not going to be enough. Helmios stopped flying and descended to attack Arin directly. Arin had his response ready, summoning a three-headed hellhound to counterattack, surprising Helmios. Fighting Arin felt like battling a demon lord, Helmios thought. He decapitated the hellhound, only to realize it had no blood. Arin seized this moment of distraction, commanding Dora to breathe fire at Helmios. Helmios retaliated with a slash at Arin's flank, sending him flying. During that moment, Arin's timing was perfect. He summoned another hellhound from behind to ambush Helmios, forcing both to use their healing skills. Helmios felt enough playtime had passed. Continually holding back against Arin would never end the match. He warned Arin to surrender, as he was about to seriously use his attack skill. This was what Arin had been waiting for. He gathered Dora and the hellhound close, preparing to defend against Helmios' assault. Helmios charged, easily defeating the hellhound and three-headed dragon Dora, and approached Arin. Timing his counter perfectly as Helmios got close, Arin summoned another beast named Mira, equipped with a massive shield that blocked the hero's attack. Arin didn't stop there, he activated Mira's skill, reflecting all of Helmios' damage back at him. To defeat the hero, Arin used Helmios' own strength against him. This brilliant strategy made Helmios laugh, acknowledging that the prophecy of the Spirit King was true. Arin's arrival indeed brought hope to humanity. After years of fighting, Helmios had grown weary. He had been in countless battles without even knowing what the Demon King looked like. As a hero, he couldn't show despair to his comrades, but he wondered how long this would continue, especially when he couldn't protect his team from the demon army, let alone the Demon King. It was then that the Spirit King gave him a magic recovery ring, telling him that with it, Helmios would meet the one who would bring hope to humanity. Now, Helmios had confirmed that person was Arin. Despite taking a full hit from Helmios, Arin was unfazed, which annoyed him. Helmios should have been lying there, surrendering the ring. Continuing the fight was costly in magic stones for Arin. Helmios smiled at Arin, warning him of the final attack. His killing intent changed the atmosphere in the arena, terrifying everyone. He was about to unleash his extra skill. Arin quickly summoned all his Tenku with their self-destruct skill to bolster his defenses, hoping they could withstand Helmios' destructive strike. Helmios' sword shone brightly as he delivered a terrifying blow, piercing through Arin's defenses, forcing Arin to brace himself fully. Despite his efforts, Arin was sent flying out of the arena. Furious, Arin thought Helmios was trying to kill him. Now, magic stones didn't matter anymore. He switched to a war of attrition, determined to get the magic recovery ring at all costs. Arin used the skill of the beast Makoko, which restored all his magic and physical strength within a 5-meter radius. His arm instantly regenerated. Arin's resilience after such a blow puzzled Helmios. With such a vast difference in power, how could Arin ever win? But Arin remembered his father's teaching, the harder the challenge, the greater the effort needed to achieve one's goal. This statement made Helmios stop smiling, finally understanding the weight of his own burden. Arin firmly told the hero that the greater the despair, the more effort is needed, light is always at the end of the tunnel, and effort is necessary to overcome despair. If the Demon King represents the beginning of evil, then Arin declared himself the beginning of summoners. This bold declaration before everyone surprised even Helmios, who approached and handed Arin the magic recovery ring. The fight was just a pretext to test Arin's abilities, as the Spirit King had entrusted Helmios to give the ring to the worthy one. Having achieved his goal, Arin immediately surrendered, no longer needing to waste magic stones. 1 week after the martial arts tournament concluded, a party was organized to reward the students' efforts. The Crown Prince, aware of Arin's strength, was now scared to approach him. Knowing the prince was targeting the Brabiel family, Arin brandished the sword gifted by Doberg as a symbol of his loyalty to their house and directly threatened to crush anyone daring to target the Duke's family. After the tournament, Helmios returned to the capital, Helmet. Arin's emergence had turned a new page in Helmios' life, lifting his spirits from his previous gloom. By December, in the deepest level of the A-rank dungeon, Arin's group finally defeated the boss without relying on Karina's extra skill. Maruru had reached level 58, just 2 levels shy of her maximum. The group had achieved their goal of conquering 5 A-rank dungeons, now qualified to enter an S-rank dungeon. Their guide appeared to congratulate them and lead them to the designated location for the S-rank dungeon, located at the Yanpani Shrine in the Kingdom of Valkis. Cecil immediately recognized it as Maruru's homeland. She had heard of the Yanpani Shrine, dedicated to Digrani, a creation god in the dwarf faith, but had never visited it. The shrine's distant location dampened the group's spirits. Arin began to strategize another move. Next year, as third-year students, they might be able to transfer to another school like Maruru. The guide informed Arin of the many rewards awaiting them in the S-rank dungeon.